Do you see a role for India in acting as an intermediary in any of these current conflicts? I'm thinking of the role that Saudi Arabia has taken on in at least bringing the US and Russians together in Riyadh. India has been carefully not committed itself on Ukraine, but do you see a role for India in this?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll only tell you what we have been doing so far. It will be hard for me to predict what could happen in the future. We have been one of the few countries who have been regularly talking to both Moscow and Kiev at various levels. My Prime Minister has been talking to President Putin and to President Zelensky. We have met with the presidents, the ministers, the national security advisors, the defense ministers. So, at various points of time, if there was a moment or an occasion when our weighing in was useful, we have tried to do that. Mostly, it has been very specific. For example, in the summer of 2022, at that time, the Black Sea grain corridor was sought to be constructed, and there were some hesitations in Russia. So a few other countries approached us to, including Turkey, which had the lead, to press the Russians on that. We did that. When the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant came under firing, we actually were approached by the Ukrainians to pass messages on to the Russians, which we did, and they had something to say, which we communicated back. We worked a little bit with Mr. Grossi in IAEA on that. So wherever there's been a sense that, okay, India can do something, somebody has come to us and said, would you be willing to do that? We've always been open-minded about it. To the extent we proffered advice, we have largely done that in the privacy of a room. We have spoken our mind to both countries, both leaders. Our view has been that they need to do direct negotiations. That's been our consistent position. We have never advised them what should be the format and what should be the terms of the negotiations. That is their business. But if and I would say this, every time we've had a significant and useful conversation with either of them, we have taken the approval of President Putin to share this with the Ukrainians and President Zelensky to share it with the Russians. So we have kept that going. But beyond that, as I said, we have never, it's never been up, we haven't done a peace plan or, put out a particular view. We don't think that is appropriate. I think this is an issue where the parties involved have to decide for themselves. And we also understand the stakes that Europe has in this matter. We understand the interest which the United States has in this matter. We hear it from the Russians that they too feel that there are other parties to be engaged. So I think we have done whatever was the right thing to do in the most helpful manner, and will continue to do that.